Howie Mandel has been making people laugh for 40 years, taking a dare from a friend to do stand-up comedy and then turning it into a powerhouse career. He was in Vancouver hosting his own show, Howie Mandel and Friends, at the Just for Laughs Northwest Festival, and we got a chance to talk to him about how he blazed his trail.
Howie Mandel!
So Vancouver has been a significant city for you in your career, especially in your early career. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
My first national television show was the Alan Hamel Show, which was broadcast from here right across Canada. So, and then I got the chance to be the host of Expo's 86 opening gala with Charles and Di. So I got to meet Charles and Di and do a big show here in Vancouver. I did the Alan Thicke show, and that's where we became acquainted. And then when he moved down to LA, he was probably one of the first talk shows going opposite the Johnny Carson show. It was called Thick of the Night, and he hired me as a regular on Thick of the Night. So that was my first regular job in LA. So all good things for me come out of Vancouver. Plus, I'm most comfortable in Lululemon pants.
So listen to this, okay? What?
Anytime I can cross the border out of the United States and come back into Canada, I feel like, oh, I'm home. You know, I don't mean this in a negative way, but I always resented the fact that I had to leave home to go make a career, to do what it is I wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was comedy. And I do comedy. And I think the mecca of everything comedy and the center of comedy is, you know, Just for Laughs. So, and it's so weird that I live there, but really comedy and all the best and all the greatest, and whether it's stand-up, writing, film, and you know, SNL is headed by a Canadian.
We actually, speaking of which, have this photo of you that we wanted to show you. Do you remember this?
That's my first 8x10.
Your first ever?
That's my first 8x10.
Wow.
I took that in Toronto. How handsome was I? Look at me.
Very handsome. Look at that hair.
Yeah.
This is great curly hair. I love it.
Thank you.
You also look great right now.
Are you reminiscing about...
I'm reminiscing with you.
You know, I just didn't know where to part it, so now I part it everywhere. You know, I've been trying to recapture that moment from day one. You know, the first time I just got up on stage on a dare, and the dare was, I dare you won't, you know, because it was amateur night, I bet you wouldn't do it, but you're just crazy enough to try something like that. No thought of it being a career, or that 40 years later I'd be sitting here in Vancouver talking to you. And in that moment of, and I didn't really prepare, you know, and that's what my act was. My act was, you're too young to remember, but if you look at YouTube and look at my first act, it was like, okay. I was just trying to come up with things, and then people were laughing at me, struggling to come up with things, and I go, what? And it was just all this energy and this nervous energy, and out of nothing to do, I had a rubber glove because I'm a germaphobe. I was, and I still am. I had it with me. I pulled it over my head. I started breathing. The fingers went up. I got known for the rubber glove. But the audience, it was the first time I was accepted by strangers. So when I look at that picture, that's a great time that I continually try to recapture each and every day I'm alive.
Well, this was really fun. Thank you so much for being here.
You're saying goodbye to me, aren't you?
Only for now. We will definitely be seeing you again, I hope.
All right. I hope so too. I'm just sad. I'm always sad when things end.
I have some tissue. Do you need tissue?
I will. Just cut.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And the Just for Laughs Northwest Festival is on right now. It runs until February 23rd.